Yeah. Nah, no profit. Yo, where you at? Where you at? My homie Lou on the mic. Them other hosts need to stop. They ain't doing it right. If you ain't turned into Lou, what you doing with your life? Conversation so sharp, it ain't your usual night. We got athletes, entrepreneurs, even celebrities. Politicians discuss nationwide discrepancies. Hardcore tackling issues in our community. Spreading all knowledge, creating an opportunity. Tune in live with Liteskin Lou. 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 Liteskin Lou. Liteskin Lou. Liteskin Lou.
Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeedy. What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Live with Liteskin Lou. Today, I have a very, very, very special guest. But before I introduce him, I want to give special thanks to Freeway Ricky Ross and Anthony, the Entertainer Peterson, for dropping there last week and dropping them jewels. And also, thanking you guys for your continued support. So keep hitting that like button. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. And now that we got all that out the way, let me introduce this young man. This young man is one of the finest football players to come out of the DMV area. He played his high school football at Gwynn Park College at Coastal Carolina, and he is currently playing with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He is none other than Anthony Chesley. Yeah. That's right. That's right. What's up, cuz? How you feeling, man?
I'm good, man. Thank y'all for having me.
Man, it is a pleasure. I've been waiting for this moment for a long time, but we had to wait till we switch it over to football, baby. So many questions for you, little cuz. I know the people out there want to know. We're gonna start out by asking, how did you get into football?
Man, how I got into it, man. I started off maybe like fourth grade, third, fourth grade. Started off with flag. Then eventually, man, my one of my good friends, I called him my cousin Darius, he started playing ball. And at the time I couldn't play, I was a little too young. So, I just see him get ready for practice. He put the shoulder pads on, helmet. I was like, man, I want to do that one day. I want to do that. Then when I was ready to play, it was up. Never looked back, honestly.
Yeah, you did, man. If I'm not mistaken, you also played basketball too.
Yeah,
and that was the question I had for you, because I know you did two sports. Actually, you ran track too. When did you know, like, look, I'm choosing football over basketball?
Honestly, man, like basketball was my favorite, was my first love. But I got into high school, and then like my freshman year, I didn't play basketball. I stuck with football. But I came back my sophomore year and tried to play basketball and lost it all. Like, my game was gone. I was a scrub out there. So I said, look, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna run track, and I'm gonna play football. That's a lethal combination. Plus, if I'm trying to get into school for free, that increased my chances. So, getting a scholarship.
Yeah, I remember those days, man. I remember basketball, I remember track. But usually when you run track, it does help you in whatever sport that you decide to play. Did running track help you on the football field?
100%. Taught me how to run. But not only that, it just, kind of kept me in shape in the off season, running against other athletes, learning the body and learning the whole mechanics and how to run. And it definitely transferred over to the football field. So that was one of the best decisions I probably could have ever made, honestly.
Wow, yeah, because I remember you switching from basketball to football and excelling in football. And I was like, because I watched you play basketball, but then when I watched you on the football field, I was like, wait a minute, you hate to choose for a person. You want that person to choose. You don't want to be like, no, you should be playing football. Right. That's what I was thinking. My next question is, when did you know, like, all right, this going somewhere? When did you know that?
Well, when I was in college, like my freshman year, honestly, it was my redshirt freshman year. Some of the NFL scouts were coming out of practice, and word on the street is they was looking at me, but they couldn't talk to me because I was too young. But they had, like they was like, man, we like him. Just tell him keep doing this thing, keep hustling on the other field. And that's when I was kind of like, you know what, this may be possible.
Yeah, I love it, man. Because I little cuz, I was following you like it was crazy. What was that transition like going from Gwen Park to Coastal Carolina? What was that transition like?
So I would say like it was new to me, going to, being away from home 9 hours, 8 hours, whatever, and Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, by the water with people that don't look like me, But I learned though. I learned a lot being out there, and I was definitely appreciative of that experience. Going up there. Luckily, well, I forgot to mention earlier, one of the guys who saw, I guess, the potential in me to play in the league was my first trainer, Ricky Triplett. He saw me as a young boy, like before I hit my growth spurt. He was like, man, you could play in this league. And I'm like, bro, I'm not even seeing past where I'm at right now. I'm like, man, I'm a little dude. I ain't even hit puberty yet. He like, you could do it. You know what I'm saying? So I carried that over into college, man, and then everything multiplied.
Yeah, that's where you mentioned something. You said you were small, and that's one of my questions I have for you. What was it like coming through, the Gwen Park when you were one of the smaller guys? What was your mentality when you was going through that?
It was just like, man, just being the smallest, man. It's just naturally you're gonna have that dog in you because everybody overlooking you, especially being a light skinned dude. You know how it is, Lou.
Come on, man. You already know I know.
Man, they like, man, he can't do it. But what I had to rely more was just on my work ethic, dedication, the things that I can control, all all the size, the speed, all that's gonna come. But if I can control what I need to control, then everything, the cream always rise to the top.
Come on, man. You better preach it, man. Light-skinned dudes, man. We get, they come at us a little harder, but it's okay. Guess what? You made it through anyway. You know what I'm saying? That's right, ladies and gentlemen. If y'all just get in here, man, we ain't here chopping it up with my little cuz, Tampa Bay Buccaneers cornerback Tony Chesley, one of the finest players to come out of the DMV area, man. My next question is your support system. You travel, your family. Special shout out to my lady, Linda Chesley, Tony Sr. You guys, y'all travel, man. What does that mean when you go out there knowing you're away from home, but you got everybody out there that's in the stands that come to travel to see you play?
Oh, man, it's amazing. Seeing them come to the games, travel miles, man. They always make it happen. And they travel in a very large group.
Yes, yes.
And they always come, they show up and show out. So it always means a lot to see them in the stands on the smallest stage, from the college, from high school, lower league, all the way to the big stages, to Monday Night Football. It means the most.
Yes, it does. I'm gonna mention two names to you. Your two older sisters, Camellia and Dominique. Special shout out to you guys. I know y'all listening. To have two sisters that's very man. You couldn't nobody do nothing to little Tony, man. They had your back from the beginning, man. Yeah. What was that relationship like, man, coming up in the same house, man?
Man, it's everything, man. Camellia, that's my dog, man. That's my ride or die right there. Camellia, me and her can do whatever, and it's gonna stay between us two. then you got Dominique, man. I call her Kiki, my twin, whatever. Dominique, man, she a one-stop shop. She from fashion to her spirituality to everything, man. She's super creative. That's my dog. So it means a lot to have them in my life.
That's right, man. It's a family affair for all of us. Whenever we're doing something, we all support each other, and it keeps everybody humble. So that leads me to my next question. You have every right to be cocky or get out of pocket, but you stay humble. What keeps Tony humble?
Honestly, man, just coming from where I come from, humble beginnings. that's honestly what keep me humble, because I know that I can have it today, and then tomorrow be zero. I could be a hero today, then a zero tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So just understanding like what I have is a privilege, man. It's I grinded for this life, but at the same time that don't give me a right to be cocky. But however, I am confident, you know, so it's a fine line. But it's a blessing.
Yeah, it is. It's truly a blessing. This journey has been a blessing because we all, we stand behind you. What has this journey been like for you thus far?
Man, like I said, it's a blessing. Like I'm in year 4 of the NFL, man. I would have never thought I would have been in the NFL. And this definitely is rough times being in the NFL. It's an awesome job, but with the nature of the business, it's very cutthroat. But I have my family, my loved ones with me, so they they keep me above water. And not only that, I'm a faithful man, so praying every day, meditating, smiling, laughing, joking.
Yeah.
I go a long way.
That's right.
A long way.
The kid with the $1 million smile. I love it, man. He said he just love it, man. Next question. Okay. You got drafted by the Cincinnati Bengals, right? What was that moment like? Because I know I'm gonna tell you how I felt after you asked this question. What was that like?
So I was undrafted, but the moment, man, honestly, I couldn't believe it. Like they called me, told me they wanted me to, to sign as an undrafted free agent. Honestly, like everybody was excited for me, but I couldn't celebrate because I just felt like it was so much more work to do. Like given the whole situation, nothing guaranteed. I still got to go in there, prove myself, tell them, show who I am, what I'm about. So while I was excited, I still wasn't like, I couldn't really relish in the moment for real. I just had to, it's more work to do.
Yeah, it's kind of like, okay, y'all celebrate and I'm gonna work, but you don't want to be in a position where you don't seem like you're grateful for it. What's the name? What's the task at hand. So I love that, man. That's very humbling, man, because you gotta think, you fresh out of college and like you say, you were undrafted. So you came in. I always say it's not how you got in the house, it's whether you get in through the attic, the basement, the side door, somebody left the door open for you, whatever. The fact that you're in there, and it's a beautiful thing to watch you, prepare. I ain't gonna lie, cuz I cried, man, like a baby, Joe, because I was like, man, I remember this little kid, man. We used to be at my sister Wanda's house. We be playing basketball. We used to smack your shot. We used to debo you, little cuz. And hey, look, he used to come in there thinking he gonna get his little shot off, man. He was like, hey, give me that, man, and just rough him up. And he just kept on coming back. So when I remember all that, I was like, he had it in him. It just had to be tested. So yeah, take my hat off to you, man.
Thank you.
It's a great journey. But it has come to my attention that we got 5 questions in the chat. Liteskin Lou, I love the chat, man. I like for the people. I like to feel the heat from the streets. So Kiki, put the questions on there, Dre, and do your thing.
Okay. Hey, Tony.
Hey.
So let's see. So the first question is from Jamar Hill. He said, what is it like to play with my favorite football player, Tom Brady? And what's the difference playing with him than other QBs?
Man, playing with Brady, man, it's honestly, it's crazy, man. Like, I'm 26 years old. I grew up watching Brady, you know what I'm saying? Like, Brady been in the league for a long time, and I walk in the locker room and I see Brady. But, playing with him is something to just really just admire. Like, I'm competing against him every day, but at the same time, I'm learning, greatness is greatness right in front of my eyes. So it's definitely cool to watch the GOAT at work every day.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. The next one is from Mel. He said, what was your welcome to the NFL moment?
I would say I kind of got my moment like in training. Like so my trainer, Myron Flowers, he trains a lot of the local NFL guys. And one of the guys he trained is Stephon Diggs. So before entering the league, him and I would do one-on-ones, working out together. And he definitely gave me my welcome to the NFL moment for sure. So coming into the league, I kind of already knew what to expect, speed, and so yeah.
Okay, so Mel has another question. He wants to know, what was your favorite team growing up?
The Commanders, Redskins.
He'll be happy for that one. That's
it. All right, Mel. I'm gonna talk to you tomorrow. Work tomorrow, Mel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Camellia said you are such a mentor to the youth. Having nieces and nephews, how does that contribute?
Oh, it means a lot when I got when you know that people looking up to you, old, young, it don't matter. Like when you know that people, kind of following your steps, you kind of got to be careful with how you move and what you say. So I'm thankful for that. And while I may be a mentor to them, I actually learn a lot from the youth as well. So it's a two-way street.
Let's see. Okay, Jamar, he has another question. He said, who is your favorite football player of all time, and what CB do you take your game after?
Well, I don't necessarily have a favorite football player all time. One of my favorite DBs is Darrell Reeves, though. Growing up, I kind of I learned from him a lot. From at the height of his career, man, even still, like just his entire career, man. Reeves was definitely one of my favorite athletes, cornerbacks of all time.
All right. Next one is a comment from Tony K. She said, no question, but please take it easy on her Steelers Sunday because they're transitioning and rebuilding.
Yeah, tap in.
Shout out to Tony K. What's up, Tony?
Oh, man. Okay. The next one is from Dante Hunter. What was it like to tackle Lamar Jackson?
Oh, man, that game was crazy, man.
It was.
And back at home, train, that was a crazy game. But, just like any other tackle, it's Lamar, though. So I definitely got to be a little bit more cautious. But at the end of the day, it's football. So I made the tackle, next play. But that moment right there kind of like got me loose. Like, all right, I belong here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's football.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let me see. Another one, Baby Sturge. What's one lesson a teammate has taught you on and off the field that you'll carry with you for the rest of your career?
Well, I would say, man, like just be yourself. Like no matter what, if you want on or off the field, like just be yourself. Like carry yourself in the same light. And guys will respect you. Not necessarily like don't sell your soul for whatever, the money, whatever it is, fame. Be yourself and put your head down and work, and everything will always come to light. So I would say that's probably my best advice that I got.
I like that.
Next comment coming in from Derek Curry. He said, great show, Lou. And he said, Tony, keep doing your thing.
Yeah, appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, special shout out to my man Derek Curry, man. If y'all just getting in here, I'm in here chopping it up with my little cuz, man, Anthony Chesley. Everybody know when I get family on here, I just get so amped, man, because I watch the journey. You know what I'm saying? I watch this young guy put that work in, man. So I love it. So you got any more questions, Kiki, in there?
Let me see. I think one more from Mel. He said, would you consider playing for the home team?
Business is business. So if I have to, I will.
I tell you what, and I will say this, and I know where Melvin's going. That's why we're going to talk tomorrow, Mel. That'll be the only time that I will put on a Commanders jersey. If this young guy right here, Anthony Chesley, joins the team. Other than that, we're going to keep that moving.
Your sister Dominique says she is so proud of you. A stand-up guy always.
Yeah, appreciate that.
That's
appreciate
right.
That,
Jamar said they need you bad. They need you bad. The Commanders, they need you bad.
Well, yeah. So my next question, Tony, is how has life changed since joining the NFL? How has it changed?
Oh, it's changed a lot, man. All of a sudden you got people in your corner who claim they've been with you, but really, they definitely newcomers. But it's like they say, new levels, new devils. But I would say in its entirety, it's amazing. Honestly, it's amazing from the resources that I've had access to the people who I've met, who become good friends. It's honestly, man, it's a dream come true. Not even I wouldn't even dream of this. Honestly, like the people in my life, and the everything that I have learned is it's crazy. It's
Yeah, it
crazy.
is. It's quite a journey, man. Quite a journey. You mentioned something earlier. You said, football. Everybody knows the NFL is a business, and
Mhm.
with any business, you got the good and the bad. What are something that in football that you would like to see change since you've been in the NFL? What would you like to see get changed?
Well, I see that now. I kind of now they shedding a light on mental health with us. That's definitely critical. Because everyone goes through a lot, but in this league, it's draining in every aspect, emotionally, physically, mentally. So I do like how they basically provide more resources and allow guys to share their stories so that others can relate. And just because we're in the league don't mean we're not human. You know what I'm saying? Like we may
Yes.
be, we're still human. So that whole mental approach and mental nurturing is definitely a step that I'm definitely proud of, and hopefully it continues to grow.
It's like you said, it's the good and the bad. But I guess the good outweighs the bad. But at the end of the day, it's about how you travel and navigate your own journey. And that's one thing I like about you. It seems to me that you're staying focused and on the path. So my next question would be: I always want to ask you this. That first NFL training camp, what was it like, man? What was it like?
Man, it was fast. I was like, this is fast. I'm looking, I'm seeing a lot. I'm saying a lot, but that means I'm saying a little. Like so much.
Right.
Everybody's, I'm thinking everybody's strong, big. I'm like, man, I gotta slow this down. But eventually, when I got eventually calmed down, got in the flow of things, and now just another day, honestly.
Yeah, and like I say, I follow football very good. I do boxing, I do basketball. I follow football very well too. And one thing that stands out to me is the fortitude that each and every player on that team has to show, because you have to worry about getting playing time, study time, all that. You got to be on your game with all that.
Yeah,
So, with you being in the league for 4 years, what stood out to you the most to say, "Damn, I ain't know it's gonna be like this"? What stood out the most?
yeah. I would say, like, man, it's just the 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 mental approach on the professional level, man. It's beyond one can ever imagine. Like, and it took me a couple years to actually accept how mental this game is, and those that rely on their mental typically go further. And just like any other sport, even boxing, like if you rely on your youth your whole career, bro, eventually you gonna get old, you gonna get slower. But it's those that are able to outthink your opponent, and stay a step ahead. Those are the ones that are more successful and longer.
Yes, that was the ones that have that longevity. You see
Right.
players that be playing into the age of like 38, 39, like Tom Brady, like your
Yeah.
quarterback.
Yeah.
He's playing long because he's smart enough that he thinks the game through. And of course, he's playing, the quarterback position, of course, but just to have he's a what, 44, 45?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's still putting
Yeah.
up numbers in the NFL. So that goes back to what you just said. Like, you have to be on your game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So my next question: who was your toughest guard? What wide receiver you said, damn, like, all right, he's a tough guard.
Uh, I would say, man, I would say Steph for sure, Stephon Diggs, and right now in Tampa, going against Mike Evans in practice.
Yes.
Mike Evans, he nice with it, man. And I I knew he was nice with it, but actually going against him, like being as big as he is, tall as he is, and able to move like that, and it's definitely a battle.
Yeah, man. You just said it, Tony. For him to be that big and to be able to get out of his breaks and cuts,
Yeah,
man. Oh,
crazy.
that is crazy, man. It is crazy.
And his catch radius, man, he about 6'6". So Tom would just throw the ball up there, but come down with it.
I love it. I love it, man.
Yeah,
You just joined the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You were in Indianapolis, right?
right,
What
right.
was what was that like? Like going from a city like Indianapolis and coming down to Tampa, Florida. What was that experience like?
It's day and night, man. It's cold and windy. Here, sun is shining. You got them vitamins coming from the sun. I need it. I need all of it. But like I said, it's every city has its pros and cons. But I definitely like Florida. Being in this city and then playing for this organization.
Yeah, when I found out, it was like he's not playing in and out, he's in Tampa. And I just put a smile on my face. I was like, he about to suck that vitamin D up, man. He about to get it all up, man, because being in Tampa, Florida, man, I've never been there, but just watching the scenery of the players, how they got by the water, all that. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you went right to what you need to go into, man.
Yeah, for sure. Everything
Yeah,
happens for a reason.
that's right. So Tony, what's some of your short-term goals? You've been in the league for 4 years. What are some of your short-term goals?
So eventually, be a starter in the league. One of the premier players in the league. In order to do that, just basically doing what I'm doing every day, staying in the playbook, stay on top of my body, recovering. And those things will happen eventually, but just to stay on the field for a whole season, and able to showcase what I can do.
Yeah.
About
Yeah, I love it, man. I love it, man. Kiki can't look. Just look at Tony, man. He's shining right now, man. I just love it, man. Kiki, you know how I get. Yeah, when I get family on, man, I'm trying to hold back. You know what I'm saying? Because I get so excited because I watch this young man journey come through. We have some more questions.
Yep, some more
In
questions.
the comments, hey Tony, I'm telling you, man, when a light skinned dude come on the screen, everybody want a piece of us. Hey, cuz you already know when the light skinned dude come on the scene, man, it's gonna be like 30,000 questions in there. Kiki, go ahead and have it with the questions.
Okay, so here's another one coming in from Jamal. He said, "How do you stay hungry to be the best you can be?"
Well, honestly, just knowing that I'm not the best yet. So, just knowing that, and honestly, man, like I'm always learning, and like in every aspect. Like no one knows it all, so that's why I don't understand how you can be complacent. Like, yeah, you're getting the money and all that, but no one knows it all. So I'm constantly seeking knowledge.
That's good. Okay, he said, "How long did it take for you to learn an NFL playbook?"
I'm honestly year 4 in the league. It's basically everything running around the same. It's just different terminology. So
Okay.
the more that you do it, after a couple weeks or so,
Mhm.
it's just football.
Okay.
But I would say, like my rookie year being in the league, playbook is definitely the hardest part, just because it's new terminology. The game is fast. It's a lot going on in your head. So, but eventually it just becomes like another day. So,
Next from Tony K. She said, "What do you see yourself doing post your football career?"
so eventually I'm gonna get in a real estate, but ultimately, giving back to the youth. My passion is to give back to the youth. So I'm gonna for sure work for the youth without a doubt.
That's right.
100%,
I love
100%.
it.
Okay. Jamal again. He said, "How do you stay focused in Florida?"
I gotta stay focused in Florida. I got a job to do, man. It's business, so that's what I stay
That's
focused.
right. That's right. He ain't like you, Jamal. He disciplined.
That's right, Jamal.
That's right. Special shout out to my man Wheels of Steel, Jamal Hill.
Okay. Mel said, "Have you picked Brady off in practice?"
it's definitely been some work. Definitely been some work in practice. Always from plays, from deflections to, but ultimately, man, and how we practice is offense is the priority. So in order to keep guys safe, we show that you're in position, but at the same time, just
Oh,
still working still working your craft, and because ultimately we want to get to Sunday. If the ball is obviously, I can pick it when it's no one, it's not going to cause any injury, of course. But most time I'm just just working on my craft and showing that I'm in position.
Okay. We got Scooter Davis in the building. Shock season.
shock season in the building.
What's
What's up, Scooter?
So, Scooter,
He
Scooter,
said, "What impact does Myron Flowers have on your life?"
yeah, that's my dog, man. Myron was definitely one of the ones who has played a role on the field, off the field, in the weight room, out the weight room, from his energy to just how he approached the game. Um, I'm sure you can say this as well, but he's definitely a light every day. Boy, that boy never changed. So always a blessing.
That's right.
Jamal said, "What's up with y'all light skinned brothers in your family with these beards?"
That's right. It grows in the family, champ. That's right.
That's
All
crazy.
you caramel chocolate dudes got to wait in line, man, for real. That's that it, Kiki. You got any more questions in there?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. All right. If
Oh,
y'all just
Camellia earlier, she said, and I didn't get to post, but she said, Camellia said, Tony, you've been a great role model to your nephew. Thank you.
No problem. No
And
problem.
your
that's right.
nephew said he's watching as well.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Everybody come in here to check us out, man. Because guess what? We light skinned and we on top of the world right now. So everybody want a piece of us, little cuz. So, I'm
That's all
gonna go
right.
right
Y'all
to
got a light skinned female on the show too.
yeah, yeah, that's right. It's light skin love across the board. That's right. So cuz fatherhood, man, it's right around the corner.
Yeah.
How you feeling and what has this early experience been like for you?
Man, I'm excited, man. Baby girl just had the experience. Just had an appointment earlier, and I saw the ultrasound. Man, it's crazy. I can't even. Sometimes I can't even believe it. Like I'm really about to be a dad. But man, but we both excited. It's just a time to learn, to grow. We got to see. We got somebody on the way that we got to take care of for the rest of our life. So it's
Yes.
definitely an exciting moment.
Yeah, I love it. I remember watching your we was taking pictures at the baby shower, man. I was just looking at you and you had that look on your face. It's like, like it's like you with the Bengals all over again at the beginning. I seen it in
Yeah,
your eyes. And that's something I'm really looking forward to see you grow into fatherhood. That's gonna be
yeah,
really, really, really big.
yeah. Appreciate that.
Yeah. So hurricane in Florida, man. What was that experience like? Because when he had reached out to you, I didn't even like put it all together because like I said, I was used to you being in Indianapolis. What was that experience like?
Man, it was that week was crazy, man. Like we had played I think we played that Sunday, but the following Sunday we had to play the Chiefs. So on that Monday they saying that Tampa is about to get hit real bad and we got to evacuate. With but we still got a job to do. And the media really that's not really a priority. They don't care about that. But we got to find something to do. So we ended up going to Miami. Some flew, some drove. We had drove to Miami, to be in a safe space. And we practiced at the Miami Dolphins facility until the hurricane passed by. So the whole week we was in Miami. Our whole routine was all, it was a long week, but ultimately, thankfully, they didn't, the hurricane didn't hit Tampa. However, unfortunately, it did hit some other cities. So our heart goes out to the rest of Florida that was hit.
Yeah, that was man. I couldn't even imagine having to be like in and around it and knowing that you still have a job. That's
Yeah,
fortitude, like I said, again, for all the players to, because they have family members that's worried
right.
about them and things like that. So that's big, man.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
people had families, people had like pets, families in the hotel. Then we had to, it was a long week. It was honestly it was a long week, but thankfully, we came back to one piece. Tampa was pretty good. So that was good.
Yeah, I was torn, man, because y'all played my Cowboys the first game, so I was torn. I was like, oh no. But I like I said, I kind of knew that you wasn't going to play because you had just got with the team. But I was just like, man, I still want to root for him. But I was like, nah, man, I gotta stick with my Cowboys, man. I gotta stick with my boys,
love Cowboys. Boy, love the Cowboys.
So my next question: you played with 4 teams: Cincinnati, the Houston Texans, the Indianapolis Colts, and you're currently playing with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What team did you say, I could see myself finishing my career? What team was it?
For sure, Tampa.
Okay.
100%.
Yeah.
Myself here.
Yeah, because I just think that the teams that I named, Houston, of course, Cincinnati was just in the Super Bowl, but to me, it just seems like Tampa Bay has a winning culture. That they have the best quarterback, arguably, ever to play the game. So I could see why. Yeah.
Right.
Man, hey, cuz Brady putting in work, man.
Yeah.
Just think about it, cuz 45.
Yeah.
I'm 48, and I know like my body don't be. I'm just saying, though, I'm not saying I'm putting myself in his shoes, but just when you get up in the age, man, your body ain't designed to be continuously doing what he's doing.
No, you're right.
Yeah, that's big, man.
Right.
I'm gonna change it up a little bit. CTE, the NFL is going out of their way to secure that players walk away with all of their faculties. And I commend them for it because, like I said, they even changing the helmets.
Yeah.
They're even changing up the way defensive players are able to collide with the helmet, the shoulder, all of that. Do you think, because some people say it's softening up the game. I'm just curious of your thoughts.
Nah, that's that old school mentality. You get rid of that. I'm sure them old school dudes wish they had signed sometime, man, to back up what was happening. But honestly, man, that's the necessary changes. What's going on? I'm sure you saw what happened with Tua in Miami.
Yes,
those things like that, man. That stuff is sad, man. Seeing a guy who going out there to compete, ultimately entertain us to provide a show for the fans, but then brain end up getting concussed and having physical and neurological damage. It's messed up, man. It's just like those rules and procedures are necessary to protect our health.
Yeah, it got my attention because when guys like Dave Dorison, who's the linebacker that played with Junior Seau, all of these guys, the way they died, and they gave permission to have their brains examined. I think that opened up the door a lot, because what it's saying is for them to go through that measure of wanting the word to be passed out, the NFL didn't have no choice but to take heed to it. And I commend them for it, because now, man, we hear, oh man, the game is soft, man. I'm like, dude, the way those hits were being passed out back in the days, you see why some of these guys walked away with their faculties not all together. And that's not a good look, man, because you figure by the time you retire, average age 34, 35, dude, you still got like 40 or 50 years to live.
It's crazy. And honestly, man, it's like with, guys are only getting stronger and faster, more powerful. So that means that hitting is going to reflect that. So
exactly.
It's necessary that these things happen.
Yes.
Guys, you got guys that's 6'6", 6'7", that run 4.7s, like 200. You got guys 20, 40 pounds running 4.3s. Like, these guys are big, strong, powerful country dudes. Like, come on, man. Never take a hit by this dude and not get. Come on, man.
Right. You got guys like my guy, number 11 from heaven, Micah Parsons, 250, 260, running the 40 at 4.5.
Come on,
like,
man.
That's sick, man. So I'm glad. I commend Roger Goodell. He takes a lot of heat for bad stuff, which some stuff he did do that it didn't rub me the right way. But when he's doing what he's doing with the CTE and cleaning up the game, I commend him for it because, like you said, Tony, it's well needed.
Yeah,
it's well needed.
For sure.
So yeah, it's come to my man. I tell you what. How many more questions you got in there, Kiki?
3 more.
Oh my God! Let him in the door. Let him in the door.
Okay, Mel said, Tony, how is it working with Leftwich, being as though he is a local dude also?
Oh man, it's cool. It's crazy because last year we played Tampa when I was in Indy, and him and I was talking, and then fast forward, I ended up in the building with him on the same team as him. So him and I was like, man, he was like, man, life is a circle. You just never know. That's why you never burn no bridges, man. You never burn no bridges. So it's cool seeing the back home dude, at work.
Okay. Tony K has another one. She said, do you think the team cares more about winning than the well-being of the players?
Well, man, it's the NFL, so you can answer that question.
That's a great question, Tony. But yeah, that's big because, like you say, people always say they put the brand over the players. And honestly, you said it best, Tony. That's what you signed up for.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Justice is what you signed up for. So it's one of those things where, hey, it is what it is. But that's a great question, Tony K.
Great question.
Okay, another one from Jamal. He said, how do you feel about the disadvantage that the defensive players have in the NFL?
Well, it's an uphill battle, especially being a defensive back, man. It's a tough world, and but once you accept the fact that offense sells, like touchdowns and nice catches, once you accept the fact that sells, that gets people in the seats, then you kind of like, all right, bro, like, come on. It is what it is.
Like offense sales. You said it.
Offense sales, man. Most fans don't even understand what's going on defense. All they know is touchdown. So it's frustrating. I will say it's frustrating. Being a defensive back, but I've kind of been doing it. Being a DB in college, in high school. It's always you always kind of get the short end of the stick. You have very little room for error. And when you do, and when there is error, it's exposure. So it is what it is.
Okay, let me see. Okay, Tony, this is something else to Tony's question. She said she asked that question because that's how she feels it was the case when it came to Tua and his initial injury, then the concussion.
Yeah, like I said, man, it was unbelievable. That whole sequence, man, from the week before that, and it wasn't even a week, a couple of days before that, and then to that final incident, it was sad. I don't even know him, but just seeing a fellow brother out there on the field laying like that, it was tough to see.
Yeah. Any more questions in there, Kiki?
No. There's no more. But Tony, let me ask you, who is your biggest inspiration?
My biggest inspiration, I would say my family. My family. My mom, that's my dog. My mom, she's soldier, gangster.
Shout out to my girl Linda. That's my baby, Linda. I know you watching. I love you, Linda.
Then my dad. Then my dad being dude he is. Real solid,
man.
Real solid dude.
That's one of the coolest light skinned dude. When I met him, that's when I knew it was gonna be okay for me as a light skinned dude. Because I really I'm telling you, man, real talk. I was really feeling like, man, do I belong? But when I met him, man, I was like, yeah, life's gonna be good, man. It's gonna be real
good. They don't understand, man. They don't understand, man.
Yeah, it's real. Any more questions in there, Kiki? You got your question? Now you got another question?
No.
No, you keep one in the chamber. Come on, let it out. Let it out.
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay. All right. If y'all just get in here, man, we about to close the show, man. I got my little cousin here, Anthony Chesley, one of the finest football players to come out of the DMV area, man. It is great to have young talent like this on the show that's up and coming and about to do his thing. I got one question, two more questions. What strengths do you have that's going to make you a great player?
I would say, resiliency. I've been told no a lot of times in my career. I've been, been redirected. So the fact that I'm able to, to withstand all the detours. I would also say, like, just my work ethic. Like, it's my work ethic is insane. Honestly, it's almost to a fault, but that's kind of those things is kind of what got me here. Being a very routine guy, doing the same thing every day. Still got to tweak some things up, but just having that routine and discipline is everything to me. And honestly, I wouldn't be where I am right now without that. And of course, God, but
That's right. Couldn't have said it no better. You said something very important. Discipline. Being a football player, paying attention to details. And also, this young man got his college degree. I didn't mention that, and I feel real bad I didn't mention that, because not only is he an athlete, he's also a scholar. And anybody who knows, it takes discipline to do both.
Yeah, for sure, man.
So yeah, I definitely take my hat off for you, that man. That's big. So do you have any last words, Tony, you want to tell the people out there, to a young kid right now that has traveling in the path that you started with since you was a kid, that's willing to give up? What would you say to him?
I say, man, just stay in your lane. Like I can remember growing up seeing guys who I thought was gonna make it, or was gonna do better than me, or was gonna do this, and eventually, some guys get it too fast and they crash out. So I would say, man, no matter what you do, be you, but at the same time, put the work in, because you never know, man. Like in my situation, I was the littlest guy on every field, in the street, on the field, don't matter. But I had that heart, man. And if you're a dog, you're a dog anywhere. You're a dog here, you're a dog everywhere. So just continue to put the work in, and things will fall in line.
That's right. You can't, man. It don't get no better than that, because I remember they used to call you Toon, right?
Yeah, cartoon.
Yeah, cartoon. Yeah, because you were so small. That's a hell of a nickname to come up with, man.
Yeah, my man Trip, man. My first trainer, man, mentor. He said, "Man, you like a cartoon." I was like, "What? Like a cartoon?" And he had everybody calling me cartoon. Little ice cream dude with big ears, cartoon. It stuck with me. It's crazy, because I honestly, I should have kept it going, but
yeah, you should have, man.
They call me, man, cartoon.
I love it. When I found out I was like Toon, they was like, "Oh no, cartoon." I was like, I love that, man. I love it. I love it, man. Special shout out to my man Fred, who made this hoodie. He gave me this hoodie, man. Check this joint out, man. Drop that link in the comment section, man. This joint is super tight. Everything looked good on Lightskin, dude. So that's probably why he gave it. That's probably why he gave it to me, because he knew it was gonna shine on the scene. Yeah. But yeah, I'm really appreciative of you showing up, because we've been trying to do it for a minute, but I know you had some stuff going on with the hurricane in Florida. So I'm truly blessed to have you on the show, man. Let everybody out there know where they can find you at if they want to follow you.
You can find me on Instagram, Tony Tone, TonyTon, 3 E's and 3 underscores. Tony Tone.
That's right. 3 E's. You heard, not 2.
3. You're going to see that, and I'm going to pop up, and then hit that follow button.
Yeah, special shout out. Put that back up there for a minute, Kiki.
Okay.
What does that say?
He said, "Yo, what's good, man?" He's the boy from Harris Teeter.
Yo, what's up, champ? Yeah, I met him in the Harris Teeter. I told him to check out my show. Special shout out to that guy right there, man. That's my guy. That's right. Thank you for tuning in, man. Cuz you know me, cuz I always give flowers. Yeah, let me tell you, I don't never take my shades off for nobody on the show, but I'm gonna make an exception today because I want you to know. I want you to see my eyes and know that I'm super proud of you, little cuz, because you doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? Anybody know that with the family, when we doing something, we come out in numbers. And I want you to know that we are super proud of you. Keep doing what you're doing. I think fatherhood is going to look good on you and Amber. Special shout out to Amber Adams, man. She just tuned in. She put a comment in there. Special shout out to her. Keep doing what you're doing, cuz. Much love, man. I don't think this is going to be the last time you're on the show because I think I'm going to continue to grow and you're going to continue to grow. So let's just agree to re-up sometime down the line. Proud of you, young fella. Keep doing what you're doing, man. Thank you for stopping in, champ.
Yeah, man. Thank y'all for having me, man. It mean a lot. Appreciate that.
Thanks,
That's
Tony.
right. So go on in there and get that rest because I know tomorrow it's going to be practice. It's going to be on. So once again, give it up for my little cuz, Tampa Bay Buccaneers cornerback Anthony Chesley, one of the finest players to come out of the DMV area. And guess what? And he light skinned. That's right. That's my little cuz. So cuz we're gonna tally up on the other side, man. I'll be in tune with you, champ.
All right, cuz. Holla at me, fam.
All right, love you, boy.
Y'all too.
All right. That's right, man. Give it up again for my little cuz Anthony Chesley, man. I love it. I don't take my shades off for nobody, but I chose to do it tonight because I wanted him to see my eyes so he could see what it is I'm feeling to have him on the show. I thank all of you guys for tuning in. Do we have a little time, Kiki, to go down the list on everybody who chimed in? I think we should do that.
Yeah. Okay.
I think we should do that.
Tony K. Thanks, Tony. Al Money. Jamal Hill. The Real Prophet. We had Scooter in the building. Mel. Dominique. Dante. Camellia. Los. Let's see. Baby Sturge. Derek Curry. I think this is mono, but it says I sell 9K TM. I think that's mono.
That's mono. Special shout out to my guy Mono. Another athlete in the family, baby. That's right.
And who else? I already said Dominic Camellia. Lester Oates. It said.
What's up, cuz?
Linda, of course.
Of course, the lovely Linda. Linda, I love you, baby. I love you.
And Amber Adams. Even Keisha was in here. To Keisha,
no.
He dropped the comment and everything.
Oh man, that's big. That's big.
He said it was a great show. Let's see who else. And then the guy from Harris Teeter, unidentified species.
Yeah, I like that. Young fella, when I see you tomorrow.
And Priscilla A.
Priscilla A, thank you guys for tuning in, man. This is a lovely thing. I got to interview my little cuz who's doing big things in the NFL. I love it. Anybody know me? I love family. So, Kiki, you have any last words before we close the 10 on this thing?
Nope. You know me. I don't have a lot of words.
Hey, Linda, I got to work on her. She like Russell Simmons on Def Jam. Thank you guys for coming out. Goodbye.
Yeah, thanks everybody for joining us and tuning in tonight.
No, you got to smooth things over. I have some last words. I want to say thank you guys for continuing to support the Live with Liteskin Lou channel. It means a lot to me to pull up every Tuesday or Wednesday or whenever I decide to have the show, to have you guys in the comment section. That's why I like going to the chat, because I want you guys' voices to be heard too. So with that being said, we had a great time, but guess what, y'all? I got something to do, and I know Kiki do too. She probably gotta go watch one of her shows, but guess what? We're going to keep the train moving. We're going to let you guys know what's coming up next Wednesday or Tuesday, whatever day we decide to do it. But in the meantime, we up out of here. Peace.
Yeah. Nah, no profit. Yo, where you at? Where you at? My homie Lou on the mic. Them other hosts need to stop, they ain't doing it right. If you ain't turned in the loop, what you doing with your life? Conversations so sharp, it ain't your usual night. We got athletes, entrepreneurs, even celebrities. Politicians discuss nationwide discrepancies. Hardcore tackling issues in our community. Spreading all knowledge, creating an opportunity. Tune in live with Liteskin Lou. Tune in live with Liteskin Lou. Tune in live with Liteskin Lou. Tune in live with Liteskin Lou.
Liteskin Lou. Liteskin Lou. Liteskin Lou.